Mm-hmm. Hey Penelope, how you doing?
I'm bored. How are you?
Doing pretty good. What's called? I'm kind of stuck up in the salt flats. If you wanna pick me up and we could, I don't know, do something.
Yeah. Give me a few moments to scrub down my menu and take the listing off.
All right, I'll see you then. I'm curious about the spooky menu as well. That's sounds interesting.
Spooky.
I know how much
What
like.
are
What
you doing away?
do you mean?
Is it like early or late for you?
I mean it's like what 6 a.m. That's not that early.
I mean, it's early enough.
Early-ish, yeah. I mean you know what my sleep schedule is.
Did you sleep well?
Yeah, maybe too well actually. I definitely got too much sleep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I woke up like 2 hours ago though, so I'm good.
What?
What have you been good?
I mean, it's been pretty quiet today. I only had like one person order this morning and one this afternoon, so
That sounds like a pretty quiet day.
yeah.
I'm sure you put a ton of work into the spooky menu.
Yeah, it's more work I was gonna do on it, but I don't know. Oops, I forgot to take the listing down.
I know much you like making things perfect.
It's not even.
That's what I meant. You're focusing. Is it ever perfect? Have you ever said something? This is perfect. This is exactly the way I want it.
Nope.
That's what I figured. You tired?
A little bit.
Yeepy.
Well.
Do you celebrate Halloween? Like, is that like an Australian thing? I don't know. I'm not sure if they do that there.
Nope.
Not at all, really.
I mean, it's gonna be split. Like half of us wanna, but like half of us say no.
Is there like a reasoning behind that? Oh, what? Mm-hmm. Did you disconnect? She did disconnect. Okay. Wait, taxi. I needed the taxi. Why they were there originally? Well, they were there just like 5 minutes. Why is there a couch here? I've been getting way too much sleep recently. Well, I was fucking up my sleep schedule, but one of the things I've learned pretty consistently can't sleep after I wake up. It's really, really fucking bad if I do so. I get more tired than I was originally. I get into this like the sleep spiral. I want to keep sleeping, even and the more I sleep, the more tired I am, and the more tired I am, the more I want to sleep. It's not good. Fuck is this? Hmm. Let me check something. No government employees. It's funny. There are really still people around today. Hmm. No, I thought, oh, no. Oh, oh. Randomly green. Shiny. Okay. March. That was such a good name. Wow, that's such a good name. I remember that. I remember this. Wait, am I following this guy? Oh, okay. Wait, Tammy called me a month ago? I don't remember.
I
Hello.
nearly got done in for both distracted driving and running a red light because of you. Red light, no, not because of you, but distracted driving, they probably could have got me for.
Well, talking on the phone. I don't think they usually care too much about that kind of stuff. That's just like a fake reason to pull people over.
Well, he was already pulling me over for something that he admitted, like, he only does to pull over people and see, if there's anything else going on, so.
Yeah, that's generally what it is. It's a reason to pull people over. Just for to see if there's anything else that they're up to.
Yeah. So I stopped at a red light, and then I ummed and ahed and, like, thought about going through it, and then I got sick of waiting at it, so I did go through it, and then he saw that, so then he pulled me over, so I quickly hung up on you.
Oh, is that
And
what
then
happened? I thought
lucky,
you had a headache.
yeah. I think you calling me might have made him think maybe I wasn't actually on the phone too, because I was definitely on the phone.
Or what? Hmm.
Because he would have heard my phone ringing and thought, oh, okay, maybe she wasn't on the phone.
Hmm. So you didn't say anything though before you went. You just. All right.
Yeah, I knew if I spent any time saying the little cops pulling me over, he probably could have got me for it. Because I've seen cops do people for it, so.
I've seen like one cop for do that to Ezra, but Ezra was I don't
Yeah,
know.
I've never seen that one.
He was doing it very blatantly in front of the cop, and the cop's like, "Hey, hang up your phone," and he just didn't listen.
Yeah, I haven't seen Ezra in a hot minute. He changed his sleep patterns, so
Hmm.
yeah. What are you up to?
Not much. Want to see how you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got a new mayor.
Oh, who's that?
Some dude I don't fucking know. Jaffa didn't win.
Charred soul. Severed fingers. You did put a lot of work into this.
Yeah, but I had more I wanted to do. I wanted to do like 2 different days worth.
For the 2 customers you'll get. I'm sorry,
I
that was
had
mean of me.
more yesterday.
It's just yeah, you put in so much work for this, and I feel like that's not really.
It's weird. I had more customers yesterday than I did today, and usually it's the other way around.
Wait, is today Halloween or is it tomorrow? Or no, it's
Tomorrow.
the day after, right?
Tomorrow for Australia.
Yeah, the 31st. 31st should be Halloween. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, all of October is Halloween, basically. And I had to get her fixed.
The RV?
Yeah.
What happened to it?
I think because it's near moisture and the salt flats, it just ended up rusting out the top. So I had to like get her in for a big service and put in like I bought this weird projector thing off of Moo or whatever that website is. It was like really cheap though, and I like pretended the outside was there so no one would steal my spot. No. But
Looks good.
and then I couldn't like turn it off, so I had to like smash it. But
Oh,
finally smashed it, stopped the little projection of the thing, and put her back down.
okay. I was thinking, did you have to flip it again? It doesn't look like you had to flip it again.
Oh yeah, I did have to flip her again.
Oh.
Took a few times. I think I jarred my neck doing that, but
It's good you don't seem too hard, so that's good at least.
It's hella sore, but can't stop doing what I'm doing.
Well, have you been opening up the thing up here now, or is it still down in by the Navy?
It depends on the day. I opened here today and only had one person come. I think maybe that's the issue because the other times I've been opening on the salt flats has been over at the where that festival was.
Well, I was checking. I was checking the directory, and it looks like there's not a whole lot of these people around. It looks like at the moment. I think maybe people have been out going to Halloween parties and stuff like that.
There's more tonight than there was the other night. There was only like 2 directory listings the other night when I checked.
Oh, that is a small amount. Earlier there was just like 4 when I checked.
Yeah, there's 5 at the moment, but like 2 of them is Welshie. 3 of them is Welshie. Okay, so there's only 4 directory listings basically. was that directory listing? Oh, that's the person's name. Okay. Yeah, so JJ, Clive, and Mac is all just Welshie, so.
But have you been doing well?
Oh, yeah. Feel like I'm all over the place lately.
Why's that?
Yeah? Ah. Like, yeah, I can do DMV and food truck at the same time, but I don't really wanna.
Oh, I kind of get
We
what you mean.
still need DMV people. Like, it's abysmal. But I mean, the lady that always works there. She's at least doing some things
It's
now.
kind of like
And then
RuneScape,
people are
probably. Actually, I
bitching
think about it.
because the MD
Let's
profiles doesn't have a picture and a phone number. But yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't like being inside the DMV. It's so bright. Alright, you can get charged for wearing sunglasses at stupid times now.
Oh, that is strange.
Should be in announcements.
I know, to give you a strange example, I know that there was a game I used to be really into called RuneScape. And for RuneScape, there used to be a thing, oftentimes the most efficient way to train skills was to train two different skills at the same time. But nobody liked training two different skills at the same time. Nobody liked doing that. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Working at the DMV and selling out the food truck at the same time kind of feels like that.
Felt like it was easier up here at Grapeseed when I could have the food truck right next to the DMV and there wasn't like doors in the way, and I had, I could, yell at the person that was going up to the food truck that I'd be with them in a few moments because I was helping someone in the DMV.
Because the DMV is pretty big down there in the city, yeah.
Yeah. It would be cool if there was like a drive-in area for the food truck to, operate out of the DMV. That would be cool.
I think that they just, I don't know, a lot of the buildings here in the city were made very big, needlessly so.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, they
some
closed.
of them are just hodgepodge together, though.
True.
I like those ones better than the actual buildings.
I was gonna say they closed down the Vespucci Police Department, and that was massive. That was like 6 floors. It was just too big.
And then they built several other cop shops to, because they got the one next to a tow place. They've got the other main one. They've got the one on the Vespucci Pier. They're doing the Vinewood one up, so they've got that construction going on. They've got the ranger station up this way now. That's friggin' huge. Wonder if anyone check that clothing store to see if the I saw like some of those hazmat suits on the ground and they looked used. And then yesterday, people were like fucking running into what Humane. Yeah, people were fucking running into Humane for some stupid reason yesterday.
I saw about that on the announcements and whatnot. People were talking about it on Twitter.
Yeah. And then they fucking like just left their used fucking hazmat suits in the clothing store. That's fucking cooked.
Why are people getting hazmat suits from a clothing store?
Because they have them. I mean, given the amount of radiation the state did have at some point, it's probably, standard issue at some point. It's
mean,
just annoying that people from a county who are, people from a county are meant to be good. They're not meant to be like the city folk that don't give a flying fuck about everyone else. Probably was city folk that went up there. Stopped by the clothing store there to get changed and then fucking came back. Get changed again.
I'm not surprised that there's always something dumb people are doing there.
Yeah, it does look like there's like huge walls around it now, so that's a worry. They're building up walls. That to me says it's getting worse over there.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's just telling me that maybe people going into there because there's big walls now is probably the most stupidest idea I could have had.
I mean, I've definitely seen some people doing some stupid ideas, especially up in Humane Labs.
Yeah, what's also annoying is when they were doing that yesterday, like one of the people that did do it just fucking waltzed into the DMV and given the person that was working it had to deal with all that and had to be like paranoid that she was contaminated and yeah, that was cooked. She is going through so much at the moment too, and adding that onto it didn't help.
Oh, I heard that Tammy had become a prosecutor recently.
Yeah, apparently they just instead of like sticking her in the directory as paralegal, like bumped her up just so she could have like keys properly and all that. That was weird. I mean, obviously she's interested in it. She kind of reminded me of you a little bit. But the other week when Up and Down was having a thing, she just kept interrupting the judge. Quotation mark judge. Judge was a court clerk who was acting as judge because DuPont literally said we will take a court clerk.
Oh, for a trial? I think
Yeah.
I think I saw about that on the government email thing. Or Wombat apparently
Yeah.
was doing a trial.
Yeah. I think Wombat did this one. I know DuPont was doing the defense or whatever. Then Bloom was trying to defend himself because this was like back when
As usual.
he ended up kidnapped or whatever. And then like Up and Down was shut down for several hours because of bullshit.
I'm seeing that Jerry Callow was getting a whole bunch of stuff. A whole bunch of charges.
Stupid MDW. Who's Jerry Callow? Because I keep hearing that name.
He's the governor.
Oh, okay.
We haven't met him before? It's surprising. I met him a couple of times before I was a lawyer even. And then I went on that scavenger hunt about him. About how he's doing blood magic rituals.
Okay.
No, I definitely didn't illegally trespass at the FIB building. I definitely did not do that. So...
When?
There may have been a scavenger hunt thing there.
Oh?
Yeah, this is a while back. Yeah, somebody made this cool scavenger hunt. We had to go across the island here, finding out different clues, and it would tell you certain things about like Jerry Callow, and tell you where like the next clue was, until you eventually found like this at the lighthouse where he'd done this like blood magic ritual.
That guy really didn't put a note on my profile. Okay.
Oh, but you said Tammy sounded like me somehow, because she was arguing with the judge.
Yeah. Yeah, she was arguing with the judge. Not really arguing, but she kept butting in, even though she was meant to be a bailiff who was also on actually part of the court case. But yeah, up and down court, you can't expect too much from it.
I don't think I usually argue with the judge ever.
Like I said, it wasn't really arguing, it was just she kept interrupting.
I don't think I interrupted the judge either. I'm usually pretty good about that.
Trying to think of a better way to put it. Yeah. I haven't seen you in the court for so long.
It's been a while since I've done any kind of trial stuff here.
Stinky.
But no, I usually go out of my way to make sure I don't interrupt people, especially the judge.
Maybe it's more them interrupting you, I feel like.
It's possible.
I feel like court cases are half interrupting each other, though.
Oh, with like objections,
like,
you mean?
Yeah. I mean, rebuttals, and usually it's the plaintiff or whatever actually being the one that actually doing the interrupt and saying, "Hey, that's not right." And then I get yelled at.
Even for rebuttals, I remember. Well, I would do this mainly when it was Joy, because I would trust that he would do so. But I wouldn't give a rebuttal unless he asked for one. And I know he always would. Because there's a certain procedure and order for things in court, and I like to have that followed. Though I don't know, or I know everyone doesn't necessarily like to follow that. Speaking of,
Besides that, though,
what was that?
How are you doing?
Or how am I doing?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm doing well. To be honest, I've been kind of burning out a bit recently.
Yeah.
I kind of got into I kind of accepted like 9 cases again, and I was kind of feeling overwhelmed to like get like 5 cases, and so then I accepted 4 more.
But you only keep it at 4 cases then.
I tried to do that, but then it ended up being, oh, it's just like one small thing, right? It says, I helped this person during in this cell, so it's just like one small thing. Then that one small thing became another one small thing, and another one small thing, and another one small thing, until eventually.
And it stacks up, and you need to learn to say no.
I did. I said no a couple times. I was happy about that. I was able to say no. But if it was like me personally helping out on the cells, I had difficulty saying no.
You gotta say no, though.
Like, if people come to me and be like, "Hey, can you take this case?" I'm like, "No, I have way too much. Sorry." I'm feeling kind of overwhelmed.
Are there any other people that could take them? Like, surely there's more people doing it than there is over here, right?
So I would say there was, but the problem with the Department of Justice is that there is a problem with the Department of Justice, in that there was even a big thing where they were asking like, "Hey, why are there no lawyers here? Like, what's happening? Why is everyone who becomes a lawyer seems to quit within like a week or two?" And there was a really big discussion about that.
Hmm.
And people, they all seemed to agree that there was a problem, but they weren't able to necessarily agree on what the problem was.
If they're quitting within a week or two, is it experienced people or is it newbies?
Generally, it's more newbies, I'd say. But it's also some
To me,
experienced
that
people as well.
sounds like, well, even that, like, to me, it sounds like there is a issue with onboarding or stuff like that. It sounds like they're finding it hard to find their place in there and find the footing they need, and they're just saying, "Well, fuck, okay, this isn't giving me what I want."
I had been talking about it with somebody, and they thought it might be that there's not structure to the way things are done there too well. Like if you become a lawyer or whatnot, it's just like, okay, you're a lawyer now, and that's kind of off doing your own thing. There's not really anything like, not really any guide how to go about that or what you should be doing or what's okay, what's not okay, that sort of stuff.
Okay.
It's kind of the same way here, but here at least they made you, they would at least make it really well known whenever you fucked up. That's also the case there, but they're much more. I feel like they're actually somewhat harsher with their punishments there in some ways. Well, they just like permanently remove people's bars. Or the one DA, she had not given a report to the lawyers who were doing the case until 2 hours before the trial, which is definitely bad. I think it's definitely a bad thing. But they actually suspended and then demoted her, which I was like, that seems a bit excessive. Like I could maybe understand if it was something that had been happening consistently, and maybe that would deserve a suspension. But also demotion, that seems fucked.
Yeah, that does sound like structure.
I think it's that their structure in that if you do something wrong, they're really quick to like reprimand you, but there's not really structure in like what you can do in the first place. It feels like. And honestly, I was what would be the term for that? I was feeling really kind of inspired a bit, like motivated to be like, you know what, I need to do something about this today. I don't know what I'm gonna do about it, but I'm gonna do something about it.
Even something as simple as a checklist could help give some sort of structure. You'll point them in the right place, let them know that if it's missing something that they need to have ready beforehand or whatever.
I feel like there's it kind of feels like there's like ranks for lawyers where like you start off as a lawyer, then you end up going on to prosecution, and then you end up going off to be like a court clerk, or then you end up going off to be like a judge, and it's sort of like promotions quotations when those are all just different jobs, not necessarily like orders or like different promotions. You don't get promoted into these different things. They're separate jobs, but people tend to treat it as such. But from what I've seen, people really, really like structure, and so they like having some form of visible progress. That can be hard to get as a lawyer. So I'm thinking about how that could maybe be implemented. I think I told you about it. I was promoted to the chief of the public defense office.
I think you did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I texted you about that, maybe. But yeah. So with that was originally a co-position. So I had someone else with me because they were really scared of having like any one person have power for head positions now. There were some good reasons for that. Stuff like there was originally one Supreme Justice, and he had retired on very unfavorable terms with the government, where he said they had said that there was irreconcilable differences, and that's all they spoke about it. So something clearly happened.
Dang.
And so after that, they started being like, okay, we don't want we don't want there to be one DA, we want there to be two DAs at all times. We don't want there to be any ranks for judges. Now all judges are the same rank. Stuff like that. I got really spooked by it. And so,
maybe you could still have like specialties that they could do, but not like ranks.
So I think having one person at a position of power is really good whenever people are not in like concert. Whenever it takes like forever to get everyone together and have like any form of decision making, I feel like that's really good to be able to make things go faster. Just having one person on top, usually, generally. But for things normally, I do think that having multiple people at head positions can be a very good thing, because then you're not having one person make any kind of decisions. You're having counterbalancing.
The issue is getting people up to that stage without them getting burnt out.
Yeah, that's true. I actually had my the person who was the other chief of the public defense office. He actually resigned yesterday. I was kind of surprised about that.
That's just you?
What was that?
So it's just you?
Yep, just me now.
Fuck.
I'd heard he'd been suspended, and he was going to have a talk with a judge. I was wondering what he'd been suspended about in the first place, but it sounds like he was really pissed about something, and he decided to resign.
You want something to eat or drink?
Well, the position that I have in the first place isn't something that you can be fired from. It's something that you can only be impeached from. So you basically have to commit a crime if you to get fired from it. And a crime like related to your job, basically. Or I guess probably felony as well, yeah.
The easiest one would be corruption, whatever, where you just give information to the people that shouldn't have it.
See, the way I don't think corruption there is defined as such. I think it's defined as gaining some sort of benefit from doing so. So you have to have some sort of like either monetary benefit or otherwise. It can't just be that you do something like share information like that. That's certainly like internally that's considered not a good thing, but it's not really considered corruption necessarily. I don't think so. Because anyways, information gets around pretty fast. It always does. No, if it's something not between just two people, it spreads within the day to half the city.
That would never happen.
Never happen, yeah.
Never.
Never. But there clearly seems to be a problem, and especially with Wade having resigned yesterday, I'm starting to think that there needs to be something done, and I'm going to do something about it.
This is where I would say, well, maybe you should start having exit interviews and see what the root cause for them wanting to leave is, and from there, maybe getting ideas.
I have ideas, but it's more that there's just something that feels like it's fundamentally wrong for people to be. I've heard about so many different lawyers that will not either just like being disbarred, being like permanently suspended, or leaving very quickly. And so I'm like, what's happening? There's something clearly happening, and very surprisingly, I've managed to not do anything too crazy, other than the time I got like suspended twice in the DA's office. But that was for like sharing information reasons as well, but not even, it was just for dumb reasons. But someone managed to not get in trouble in a while, so I'm kind of proud of that.
Miracles happen. What are you doing wrong to not get in trouble?
Right? That seems it's crazy. What am I doing? I haven't got in trouble in so long. I must be doing something wrong. In fact, I've had a lot of people say they really enjoy working with me and whatnot, and that's well, that's really big for my ego. I should say that keeps me going. And I hear people say they like enjoy working with me and they just like or appreciate me like as a person. Like that's enough for me. I'm happy with that. I can keep going.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling.
Mm-hmm.
I need food.
Mm. Oh, wait, can you see? Can you send me a spooky menu again? I could use some food too.
Oh my god. Spooky menu. Spooky menu. Ivy wants to set up a food truck too.
She wants to what?
Set up a food truck?
Oh, she wants to start her own food truck? That's interesting.
She wants to have it like pineapple based.
Hmm.
And she also wants to have like a brick and mortar store that looks like a pineapple on the beachfront. And I'm like, well, you best start at Dingsville down there instead of having a food truck.
Forgot how big she was in pineapples. It's been a while since I talked to her.
She's been through a little bit lately.
Has she?
Yeah, turns out she was dating Elm. I didn't even realize that, but I guess Elm had some side pieces going on.
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah.
What is the fast food fryer? What is the scary thing about this one?
It's supposed to look like a rat that jumped into a fryer.
Oh, I see that. Okay.
This will be a skin down of chicken thigh, so it looks like a tail.
I haven't heard about a rat jumping into the fryer, but I remember, was it hearing about a chicken head that had been tried before, and there was some woman who sued about it and got like a lot of money for suing McDonald's about it.
So the rat in the fryer thing is I'm trying to think of the right business. Crunchy Fried Chicken. It's a Crunchy Fried Chicken name. Crunchy with a K.
Sever fingers. What's scary about an egg sack? That just looks like fish eggs.
No, it's supposed to look like spider eggs.
Yeah, I get it. But caviar looks like that, doesn't it?
A little bit. I would have done something that actually looked like a spider, but there's too many people that actually have arachnophobia, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's a really interesting fear to me, actually. Like, I'm so curious, like... It's like a really big fear for some people, and they will actually have, like, very strong physical reactions because of it. When I usually don't hear about people having phobias, really, other than arachnophobia. I ever tell you I have a phobia?
What's your phobia?
What's it called? Like evil creatures chasing me. So like any kind of like spooky game I try to play, I like freak out and start shaking. Zombies freak me out, stuff like that.
Spooky.
But only when chasing me.
I don't know if it's like an actual phobia. Like it gives me the most uncomfortable feeling, and I don't like looking at it longer than a few seconds. And I hate it when I see the pattern in things and like associate it with it. But trypophobia,
Trooper phobia?
yeah, trypophobia.
What's that exactly?
Uh, the easiest way to put it is, do you know how lotus root has those holes in it? It's a bit like that.
I don't think I've ever seen a lotus root. Let me look it up. Lotus root.
Like honeycomb doesn't do it to me, but like a wasp nest would. It's like repetitive, like small clusters of holes and bumps.
Oh, I've seen that before. I feel like this lotus root. You have a phobia of this?
It makes me uncomfortable. Like you do a image search for trypophobia and you see images that just don't go out of my brain. Like the imagination of like bad shit on your skin, like insects in it, maybe.
Do spider webs cause it?
No, spider webs are fine. It's like it's gonna be like this cluster of small holes and stuff. You know those mice, but like the really light mice because there's really like a crap ton
Oh,
of
that's
holes in
spooky.
it. So
That spider's
it's a lot
horrifying.
less fucking
Holy god.
plastic or whatever. I cannot stand looking at them. You could not pay me enough to use one of those mice.
Yeah, it does look kind of weird, and it kind of look like there'd be like something crawling out of it, right? Which oftentimes there would be.
Yep. See, the thing is, like, when I see honeycomb, I don't get that feeling. I think it's because it looks more mathematical than it does, like, just clusters of stuff.
Oh yeah, because that honeycomb's it's not originally hexagonal. They do it circular. And what happens is the weight compresses it down to be hexagonal.
Mm. And, like, bees aren't usually associated as bad things.
True.
But, like, yeah, wasps, though?
Wasps are crazy. I was learning about this recently. Do you know wasps? They're able of recognizing themselves in a mirror.
They're able to remember you if you're a cunt towards them.
It's so crazy. Like there are mammals that can't recognize themselves in a mirror. Some wasps apparently have like greater intelligence in certain areas than mammals. That seems crazy to me. I never really thought of insects as being like smart in any form. Yeah, I've always thought of insects as like barely intelligent, just like a collection of hormones.
I think they're intelligent in their own way. The fact that they do work together one goal.
Yeah, I would say the communal ones, the ones that are like in hives and whatnot, are probably much more intelligent than the ones outside of that.
Yeah. Like the way bees know that they need to split off and swarm to, like, you know, make sure their colony survives, otherwise it's gonna be fucked over if they don't have enough food.
The I'm not sure if you've heard of the big giant hornets from like Japan. Thank you.
Spooky.
It's very spooky. Australian summer. Tastes very spooky, that's for sure.
Scary skeletons.
Uh,
kind of like the island.
But what was the thing? The big Japanese hornets, like the massive ones that are like as big as your hand. Uh, those ones, the bees, they developed a specific, the Japanese honeybees specifically, they developed a specific defense mechanism to be able to kill those hornets because normally their stingers can't pierce the carapace of those, and so those a single hornet would be able to just destroy an entire bee's nest. And they do. If there's ever any like normal honeybees, they'll just destroy the entire honey nest. Well,
Trying to
oh,
figure out. There we go.
been scooped.
Oh, that's skip.
But I was saying the Japanese honeybees though, what they do is they cover it and they start vibrating like as fast as they can, and they end up cooking it to death.
That's cooked.
Mm-hmm. But normal honeybees don't have that evolution, and so if a Japanese hornet would ever spread to other countries, they would just decimate the bee population there, and so people have been really worried about that.
Bees already have a problem dying without, having those hornets.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a pest. I'm trying to remember what it's called, but basically what a lot of bee farmers will do is they'll have like a piece of paper under the hive, so they can like when they check that piece of paper, they can sometimes see the results of if that pest is in the hive, and if they are, they half the time they know that hive isn't probably going to survive.
I've heard of that. There's like bee mites, something like that. I think it's
Mites, yeah, that's it. They just fucking latch on to the bees and murder them.
and they spread like all throughout the hive pretty fast.
Yep. If you catch it early enough, like it's only like one or two, then you can maybe figure out where they came from. But
Yeah, I just watched a video
that
pretty
would be a
recently.
lot of work.
Like last month actually. Somehow I was watching stuff on YouTube and some guy he said that he had set up some beehives and he just like forgotten about them for like a year basically, and he came back and like two of the hives had been infected with mites sadly. They were still living though, but they were just infected. He's talking about how the honey, how whenever he goes and like bottles and all that, how it like gets everywhere in the place. But what he does is he just leaves the door open and then the bees will just clean it all up from. That was funny.
They do it. You just once you finish processing the frames, if it's like chunks you've got, you just leave it out and they'll take it all. If it's like from one you've like taken from the wild, so the honeycomb isn't like perfect in the shape of frames, you just attach it to the frames with like rubber bands, and they'll like fill it out, and then chew the rubber bands and spit them out of the hive for you. So it's cool that they like understand. Hey, this isn't meant to be in here. Take it.
And bees are surprisingly smart. No, bees can they can even perceive the passage of time.
Spooky.
I'm not sure if I told you about. I was telling someone about this. Remember that they did tests to determine that bees can perceive the time. What they did is they a scientist would place sugar water out at a certain time of day, every day, and the bees would every day at this time they would come out to get the sugar water. And so they decided, or what's called the scientists observed, the bees perceive time. And so there was much people who were saying things like, well, what if that's not the case? What if they're just like perceiving the heat from the sun, and that's what they're doing to determine the come out at the same time every day. And so they went and they tested it in a salt mine, and then the bees also came out at the same time every day. And so then someone was like, all right, what if it's like they're doing it based on like the rotation of the Earth though? What if they're doing it based on the rotation of the Earth? And so what some scientists, there was a bunch of these questions, what if this, what if that, what if that sort of thing? They're detecting like the magnetic resonance, all kinds of crazy stuff. Until somebody, a scientist went and he did the what's called the experiment in France, and then flew the bees over to America, and the bees would come out at the time that would in France normally because they were jet lagged. Yeah.
It's poor bees.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised I could withstand that.
Oh, bees can be they can be transported by air. Most things can. For fish,
Yeah.
have you seen with fish where they'll to populate lakes, they'll just get big planes and just like dump the fish from the planes into the lakes, like however high up in there.
Hmm.
Yeah, for some reason, I have a bunch of animal facts. I don't know why.
Mammal.
Hmm.
The worst animal is humans.
Worst? In what fashion?
Yeah.
And like,
Well, apart from wasps.
wasp?
Worst is wasps than humans.
In what fashion? Like, in how destructive they are?
Yeah.
I was gonna
Or
say,
how much of a cunt they can be.
I was gonna say that boars are pretty bad, but
I don't really know too much about boars other than what you've told me.
you don't boars in Australia. What if I were to say rabbits are pretty bad?
Apparently we do.
I'd say rabbits are pretty bad, right?
Well, you can't tell me that because, again, I haven't experienced them too much because they are illegal in my state and, yeah, crack down on a lot.
What the-
Now, if you said toads, yeah, but still not as bad as humans.
Toads. What's wrong with
Yeah,
toads?
cane frogs, bullfrogs. They're a pest. They're, like, full-on pest.
What? They're cute though.
I've told you, like, we legit play cricket with them because they're that much of a pest.
I like frogs. They're cute.
Frogs are cute,
Yeah.
but toads,
Mhm.
they're the issue.
I like toads. I caught a few as a kid and I keep them as pets.
You know, they're a full-on issue back home. We were stupid enough to import them thinking they would get rid of bugs in the sugar cane, which is why they're called cane toads back home. That did not work. They just became a huge pest to every fucking animal out there.
Why?
They secrete that toxin.
Oh yeah, the bullfrog ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you get those ones specifically? If that was the case.
Because they were the ones that were meant to get rid of the bugs in the cane.
Yeah, but I probably wouldn't get the ones that secrete toxic substances to get rid of the bugs.
Oh, that's the one we got. And then, like, they just become a huge fucking mess because, like, we really have perfect fucking humidity and everything for them to breed like fucking rabbits. So they just did that and then they spread to the whole fucking country. And then, well.
Get it breed like rabbits because that's what happened in Australia.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Cane toads are a huge fucking pest. Like, we're legit allowed to just fucking, like, play cricket with them and everything.
I get it because they eat crickets. I feel like.
No one can cricket.
Frogs and toads are well known for eating
Freeze
crickets.
them and throw them onto the road so people can run them over.
What? No.
Yeah. Yeah, we're allowed to be that fucking cruel to bullfrogs.
You do that thing with their throat? That looks so cute.
Yeah, but then your doggo bites them and then he's frothing at the mouth.
Because it's like a squeaky toy, right?
Yeah, the stupid thing will keep doing it, so you gotta, like, wash your doggo's mouth out every time he fucking does that, because he's a stupid dog. Doesn't understand, hey, this thing is bad to bite.
Why is a squeaky toy shaped if it shouldn't be been, you know?
I mean, he did also kill someone's pet, a long-eared guinea pig, so, yeah.
Well, guinea pigs are basically rats, right? So...
Well, so the long-eared guinea pig is what you call a rabbit if you don't want to be caught.
Oh, you told me about that one. That's funny.
Yeah. Not that, lasted long with that doggo.
It's crazy to me that there was nothing that would like eat rabbits in Australia. I would have thought there would be like something that would be like a predator for them.
I mean, yeah, there probably is. It's just not to the point where it actually decreases their population.
Well, the thing with predators is that if the predator population increases with the prey population, and so that's how they offset each other. Is that whenever there's a lot of prey, there's a lot of predators. Whenever there's few prey, there's few predators.
Yeah, but I mean, the weather is the main contributor because we don't really get much in the way of winter. They just don't stop.
Oh,
So
okay, that's true.
they basically mate the whole year round and don't stop, and it just because of that, you don't have that lull where they could possibly the predator could catch up.
Well, if there was anything
It's
that
just constant.
was to like prey on them, wouldn't that species like increase like crazy as well then?
Not to the same point as rabbits, because they. What is the gestation period for them, and how many in the litter?
I think they have something about was it about 8 per litter, and it takes about 2 months, 2 to 3 months, I believe, something about that. That's information I've heard a long time ago though. I'll have to fact check that.
Depends on a rabbit. A lot of them is only the gestation is only a month, and 5 to 8 rabbits. So yeah, it looks like most breeds are almost only a month. There's only like 2. So swamp rabbit is 37 days, and common tabby is 42.
Hmm. Okay, so they do breed very fast.
Yeah.
The thing,
So like one rabbit can have like 1 to 7 litters a year, the average.
there's not like spiders that like hunt them or anything like that.
Not spiders. Yeah, we joke about having giant spiders, but not that big.
You don't have scorpions in Australia, right?
Apparently we do, but I've never seen one.
I was learning this. Apparently, most scorpions are a kind of spider. They're arachnid. I didn't know that. Because, they have the 6 legs, but they have the 2 pinchers, which are technically legs. They're modified legs.
Oh, it's like another reason why rabbits are illegal over here.
What's that?
They compete with native wildlife, damage vegetation, and degrade the land. They ring bark trees and shrubs and prevent regeneration by eating seeds and seedlings. Their impact often increases during drought and immediately after fire when food is scarce and they eat whatever they can.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess a lot of the wildlife there in Australia was it the eucalyptus trees that are. I was hearing about that. How their sap is like intended to be ignitable, like very ignitable, and their seed things explode whenever exposed to high flames, and so they try to cause like really big wildfires for that reason. About how all the wildfires that are happening in California are because a bunch of eucalyptus trees were planted there many years ago.
Sounds about right.
And eucalyptus, they're the ones that koalas eat, right?
Yep.
Does that mean you have koalas in
are
Australia?
dopey fucks.
Do you have
Pardon?
koalas in Australia?
Yeah, where do you think koalas came from?
I don't know. I thought they were like a China thing or something.
No. They're all our native animals. That's why they're on one of the coins.
When I think of Australian animals, I think of kangaroo and like wombat, stuff like that.
I would think kangaroo and koala, but wombats do not hit me straight away because they're weird and you don't actually see them as much. But like koalas are definitely very common. What you'll see in a lot of like forestry areas where there's a road that cuts through it, they will sometimes have like a rope thing overhead so the koalas can use that to get across safely.
Hmm. But I know koalas are kind of they're a pretty stupid mammal. They're actually smooth brained, like they don't have the wrinkles. They won't eat eucalyptus leaves if it's not on a eucalyptus tree. They can't recognize it as food.
Yeah, they're dopey fucks. And the eucalyptus make them dopey, so.
Oh, I didn't consider the because it's poisonous, right? And they had developed the poisonous thing.
Yeah.
And that their babies have to eat the poo of the mother in order to be able to get the resistance to the poison.
I thought that was just the only way they could actually, like, process it without dying.
Yeah, I mean, the babies don't have that thing built up yet, but they get that resistance through eating the poo. As far as I understand it.
Yeah, they're gross animals, not gonna lie. They're cute, but gross.
Why did they just evolve around eating one tree specifically? That feels like a really weird evolutionary adaptation.
Yeah, it's probably, given that it's the most flammable tree, it's probably half the reason why back when we had bushfires, a lot of them got killed.
You'd think they'd evolve some sort of adaptation to deal with that if they're constantly hanging around very flammable trees.
You'd think that they are dopey motherfuckers, so.
You know, there was I heard about this argument about whether or not evolution truly exists, and whether or not it's not just rather than evolution, like things evolving into better creatures over time, whether or not it's just that by complete happenstance something just happens to be better at surviving than something else. And about how those are two different things, and how one is evolution, one is like what's it called, a form of like natural selection rather than evolution sort of thing.
Just give me one moment. Sorry, I'm daydreaming about something.
You're fine. Hmm.
Sorry, I dazed out there.
You're fine. I was thinking about how, you know, the baby koalas will like cling onto their mothers. How that apparently human babies used to have to do that, and that's why you see babies whenever they'll grip something like really strongly. That's the really old instinct in babies to be able to grab onto their mothers when climbing.
Ba, 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 ba.
I remember seeing the,
Weird.
I saw a video recently where what's it called? A mom had jokingly given the baby the what's called the thing of a suitcase that you hold, you know, and was holding the baby in the stroller and pushing it, and what does this holding the suitcase thing and bring it along with it with them? So that was very funny. Really do just grab onto whatever and then hold it, keep on holding it. And baby grip strength.
Babies are gross.
Yeah, a lot of people think, oh, they're so cute, but nah.
They're gross. When you go like worry about it, trying to kill itself because it's stupid.
They got the weird cone heads when they're born. My mom has a story. Apparently, when I was born, my dad, when he first saw me, he had like this horrified face for a second, and just like, what was wrong? And he's like, oh, it's nothing, it's nothing. Apparently, I had a bit of a cone head when I was born. It's very common for babies to have. He was worried about that. He wasn't aware that happened.
Oh, about a cone head, but I know I did have a bald spot.
It's not pretty, isn't it? I'm not sure about that. I thought most babies were born like boldish, right?
Baldish, but like sometimes they'll have hair. I think the bald spot mostly was visible afterwards. It's sort of like, I don't know if it was just blonder hair or what, but I think maybe I just always slept on that side.
And I know that oftentimes kids who have blonde hair then end up getting like brown hair, more so when they get older. For some reason. I know in the Eastern countries as well, the Asian countries, blonde hair is considered like really, that's like a really cool thing because they have gold hair. They have gold hair. And people are like, what? You can have hair that's like gold? That's crazy. Because they just all have black hair there. And how there are records of it's called up people thinking, oh, can I have like a piece of like your golden hair sort of thing, or because they didn't understand that somehow they couldn't separate blonde and gold. And these white people who had gold hair, that was crazy to them. They're like, what? That's they grow gold hair. And to this day, they call anyone who's blonde, they say they have gold hair.
Your gold hair.
I think you're the one with the gold hair. Yeah, they have a bunch of gold and silver. Is surprisingly, it's been pretty commonly and almost everywhere accepted as like the two like precious metals, just for like throughout all time. There's in China, there's a little bit different in that jade was considered like the precious metal there for most of the time, to my understanding. But other than that, gold and silver. What is jade actually? Jade's like a mineral, isn't it?
I have no clue. What the heck?
Oh, it's a gem. Okay. What is this? I didn't notice this.
I have no clue what this is. BBC. No, I've heard that before.
I'm definitely sure I've heard it before too, yeah. Alright.
BBC. BBC. Trying to remember. Something to do with the beach, I think.
Beach back club or something like that.
I'm sure I'll find something on Twister.
Bikini Beach Club, something like that.
Huh.
Brittle.
Something to do with blondes.
Depreciated. Deprecated? How do you say that? Deprecated? I'm gonna do about what?
Blondes.
Oh, it is a mineral, okay. Yeah, because it's not... You can't, like, melt it, right? A silicate of sodium and aluminum. Nephrite. Calcium and magnesium. What is a silicate? That means like two things combined, right? Silicone and oxygen. Oh wait, this stuff only formed because of oxygen? That's crazy to me. I thought oxygen was Hmm. I was reading about jade, and then I was learning about it's a silicate, and then what is a silicate? Apparently, it's when oxygen mixes with um silicone, and it creates like minerals and stuff. I thought oxygen just mainly affected like life. I didn't realize it affected minerals and stuff as well. Tetrahedron. Corners are for action items connected to it by single complement bonds. And also, there's some negative charge links to other. I don't know what this means, but it sounds interesting. It sounds smart. Can be blue jade? That sounds cool. By Chinese settlers, funny.
Maybe it's like Blonde Bitch Club.
Oh, were you thinking about that all the time? I thought you were just very distracted.
Yeah. A bit of both, Bit of column A, bit of column B.
Hmm.
I would never get distracted.
Yeah, never ever, right? Never.
Are you feeling alright after I kind of ignored you the other day at the Grapeseed Fair?
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of hurt a bit. I mean, I thought we were, you invited me to events so that we could hang out together, and then you were kind of off doing your own thing. But I understand, you have your own business, and I probably should have expected as much when you said farmers market.
That was miscommunication on my part. I obviously thought that I told you that I'd be working it, but like obviously I didn't, and that's on me.
Oh, it's fine.
It's like
just...
one of the only times it had been open during the time I could do it.
Yeah, I'm just not the biggest fan of crowds, is all. So.
Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
It feels like you were at least normally, stuck around a little bit and tried to chat with me, but...
Oh yeah, sorry, I would have said... I should have said bye to you before I left you. That was bad on my part. I don't know, I was just kind of feeling a little bit down after. And I'd been there like an hour and I'd just been kind of sitting there. But like I didn't realize you needed help either. And I would have been happy to help you.
I was not expecting to have that many people. Like a few moments before that, it was quiet because everyone was like doing one of the events during that, and then just suddenly everyone. And because like the food truck to the left, no, to the right of me wasn't open, no one was going to that one. I don't know about the food trucks on the other side, whether or not they had already packed up.
And I was surprised as well to see so many people. So many people I knew there. I even saw Nora there. She was like looking at me with binoculars and whatnot. And I was like, what? Like, all right, let's.
Yeah, I remember serving here too.
Hmm.
I didn't ask her anything about you this time though, so I realized it was probably about me doing it to her last time where I asked her if she
I
had come to me when I was doing grape seed.
I don't think she likes me too much, so I try not to bug her too much.
Yeah. It's still the whole issue of, well, she reckons she told you to reach out when, you had made a point to make sure to write down exactly what she said.
Uh,
And it was the complete opposite.
yeah, that's not the first time. I think this is the third time this happened as well, so it's not like. Where it's like you have a minimum of 30 days to complete this report, and then I get told, no, you have to do it within the 30 days. It's like, what? I thought I had to do it like at the end of the once.
Maybe you should just have a tape recorder every time you interact with her.
That would be nice. That would be nice. But no, that was I definitely can't do that because I was told that's a very bad thing to do, and I got in trouble for that before.
Yeah.
I used to record my phone calls, and I was told that's really bad to do. I mean, I thought it'd be pretty normal for a lawyer to record their phone calls for.
Isn't it normal for court to have transcript right? Like, that feels like something that, given that, the terms were mentioned in the court,
Mm-hmm.
like, feels like something that you should be able to get away with.
I tried that as well, and I was told that even that's not really something that should be.
Well, who's doing the transcript for the fucking court case then?
Usually the judge.
Why would isn't the judge meant to be, like, focusing on everything?
Yeah, you would think. You would think. But
Wouldn't it be, like, a court clerk who's meant to be, like, doing transcribing?
usually there's a term for it. It's not typist. It's there's a specific term for a person who types stuff up in court. I forget the name of it. But yeah, usually you're supposed to have supposed to be someone who does that job.
Usually, like, use shorthand, which a lot of people wouldn't understand. And then they'll probably have to go back later to fix it all up.
I'm pretty sure they do a word for word. They might do it in shorthand for like themselves to be able to read, though. That's possible.
So shorthand would be so they can type it down at the speed of which people are saying.
Well, usually it's just they get the people who are just really fast at typing. Like
Yeah,
Joy.
I mean, you can do that, but
I talked to a Joy. Apparently, he's able to type it at 200 words per minute.
what the
That's
flying
absurd.
fuck?
That's absurd. Like the average person types at like 60 to 70 words per minute. That's that's absurd how fast he types.
I mean, I wouldn't say the average person does. Maybe the average person who is a heavy computer user, but not everyone uses computers anymore. It's like fucking old phones and shit.
That's true.
I don't understand the people that can use like that weird fucking phone keyboard where you go like drag fucking letter. Half the time it fucking gives me the wrong words, so.
Mm-hmm. I know some people are like super adept at using that though, and they'll be able to type super fast on their phones, like crazy fast.
Remember the days where you had to like press one number 10,000 times to get the letter you wanted, and then you accidentally overshot it, and then you had to press it another 10,000 times to get to the letter you wanted?
Was it 4 times to get an S? What was something like that?
Yeah, it was. Fucking one of the most common used letters, and they stuck it on the end of a 4-letter one instead of a 3-letter one. They could have just stuck it on the beginning of a 4-letter one in the next block because, that one would have been less commonly used letters after the S.
Now you would think there would have been some sort of advancement for that before then, but I know my
Frank, I would have taken that clicking force time for the S than the tiny keyboard though. That tiny keyboard was shit.
I remember my grandma still had a rotary phone. You know, the one where you have to push it up and then it goes back down, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I guess that advanced a bit for since back then. Or back when they used to have those really huge boards where people would have to man to like get between different calls and whatnot. I forget what they were called.
They would have to like manually put the cable in between them.
Imagine
if that was still a thing. Holy.
Yeah, that was. It's crazy what kind of stuff can be automated nowadays.
You know what?
What's that?
That sort of reminds me, how when your kid used the cans and the string?
Yeah, what about it?
Yeah, it feels like you're just, taking a string from one person and connecting it to a string of another person.
Yes, it's a pretty advanced form of it. Yeah, you're just taking one string, moving it somewhere else, right? Very far away.
Just tie their strings together so they can talk.
I think it's much different now. Actually, not sure how phones work now. I haven't done too much research about that.
Isn't like mostly like beams that go up to the satellite now?
You have the cell towers, but there's also the radio or the satellite ones. I know there's a big thing for a while about how 5G towers give you COVID, something like that. And it was some crazy stuff that people were believing. I don't understand how people can believe something that crazy.
Yeah, you do have the 5G towers, but not every place has those, so...
And I think that's just like bouncing a signal off of a tower to somewhere else over and over again.
Some planes have like, if the plane is like in a mayday situation and they can't swap it over, it's still like, what it can do is like bounce to another fucking plane, and then that plane would have to relay to the tower, and then it feels complicated. Why not just grab a cell phone and call up the tower?
I mean, I would probably think it's because the planes have like priority access and they would have like protocols in place to like know what to do whenever a plane's doing so. But you would think, yeah, like they would just give like a phone number to call for planes if ever something goes horribly wrong, sort of thing. It's also something along the lines of something about that's how you turn off your phones for when you're in a plane. They have like airplane mode, stuff like that. The reason for that is because the phones will interfere with the different radio signals that will be sent out by the plane, and it'll be really hard to hear radio traffic if there's a bunch of phones going off or on during those times.
I say that, but hasn't it been proven it really doesn't matter that much? But like, probably might if there's like I don't know, 100 people on fucking thing at the same time using different frequencies.
I think it's gone better, and there's like the phones have are set to like auto go into airplane mode in certain areas now, stuff like that. But it used to be a bigger problem, is my understanding, back when phones were first starting to get very well heavily used.
Mm.
Yeah, phones are kind of crazy. Like in both good and bad ways. The fact that like people can just call you whenever, I feel like is both. What was that?
I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy, just like me.
And different kinds of crazy.
Crazy? I was crazy once.
I heard that recently. Where did I?
Locked me in a room, a rubber room with rats.
I heard that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Weems might have skipped town. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get that wrestling match against him.
Really?
He was meant to be running for mayor, but then no one ever saw him actually running for mayor.
That's the classic, right? That's someone's like, "Oh, I'm running for mayor," and then you never heard by the person ever, never met them before, never seen them. Like you said, this mayor is what did you say the name was?
His driver's license is out of date too.
That's funny. What's his name?
The new mayor? I don't fucking know. I just know he's one that had his fucking name plastered everywhere. I hate it when people just fucking graffiti fucking mayor bullshit around. Yeah, it's annoying.
I heard that Christoph at least was he was up like to be impeached or something like that.
Oh yeah, nah. So I think technically that didn't go through, but he did catch corruption or whatever, which still technically gave him a felony or whatever. So he was thrown out anyways.
This panel finds. Let's see. I have it up. The tab up on my DW. This panel finds that there is not probable cause for government corruption, 1, and that there is probable cause for blackmail, ×1, and intentional obstruction of justice, ×1.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Yeah, so it wasn't corruption, but it was a different felony, which fucked him over. That's why he gets for swinging his dick around.
Found guilty blackmail, found not guilty of intentional obstruction of justice.
What felony is blackmail?
Let me check. Felony C. Pretty sure that means that it's the felony doesn't go away. Or the what's called the like for how long you can press charges for it.
Oh. Right, Jeff finally got his sponge bath, and Tammy got her sponge bath.
Oh, that was
And
changed.
Tammy was bragging that she got her sponge bath first. I'm like, well,
Her sponge bath?
what? Yeah.
Sponge bath.
Expungement.
Oh, expungement. I thought you were saying sponge bath, and I was like, what?
I was. How do you know that place those two together?
How did
What
I?
else would a sponge bath be?
I was like, sponge bath. What? Because you're talking about Tammy, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's right. There was the sponge bath thing. Go Tammy.
Yeah, Tammy was bragging that her expungement went through first before Jaffa's. I honestly, kind of annoyed me that she was bragging about it. Because Strav had been trying to get his expungement for so long, and his drug trafficking was one of the first ones, and like the laws have changed so much since then.
Yeah, and they'd previously said he couldn't get felony A's expunged, so I'm kind of surprised by that.
They changed it, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Felony C's as well, they now do have what's called a period of time. They used to have no statute of limitations, now they do have a statute of limitations.
Yeah. That's fair enough. You shouldn't have to, you know, be stuck on the one thing that you did like fucking months and months ago.
The reason felony C's were mostly financial crimes, and so stuff like financial crimes is something that has to be built over a long period of time for the cases usually. Like if you're doing kind of an embezzlement, usually it's over a long period of time, and so you have to build a case for that kind of stuff. It's very rarely just there's like a one-time embezzlement thing.
You want something else to eat?
Yeah. Was it the severed fingers? I'd like to try those. And the other drink.
Movies. No.
Also, I've been very, very, very addicted to this game recently. Called Satisfactory. It's a great game. Love it. Such a good game.
Let me pop it on the food tray if you can reach
16th. See, and
If I can reach it.
no.
I can't reach my food tray. Oh. Yeah, I shared.
Thank you. Or what I was saying about Satisfactory. Apparently, I got it on the 16th, which was 2 weeks ago. Let's see how long I've played it for. Past 2 weeks. Oh my, that's so many hours. I've played it for 159 hours in the past 2 weeks. That's so long. Let's wait.
You're a nerd.
I'm a nerd.
You're a nerd.
It's okay, I'm your nerd. Alright.
Noid.
It's a good game. It's a good game. I like efficiency and optimization and stuff like that. And scooped.
Get scooped.
What about you? You have any games you've been interested in lately?
Not really, no.
You a little tired? Well, it's good seeing you again. It's been a while.
No, yeah.
Still have trouble accepting. Is it compliments? I'm not even sure if that's a compliment in this instance, but
Uh-huh.
hmm. Still doing the very cute Elons.
Thank you.
Still having trouble accepting compliments.
Thank you, yeah.
It's okay, maybe one day. This is very nice. What is this? Is this? It's sunset. Okay, it's sunset.
The pearlescent looks so good during sunset.
Is that what that's
Makes
called?
it look more
Pearlescent?
gold and green. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've heard the term before on used for like cars and whatnot.
Yeah, it's a shame that makes it shine like that.
Hmm.
Depending on the paint, sometimes it's mixed in with the paint, sometimes it's just sprayed on top.
And I've heard of the term matte. I don't know what that means exactly.
That just means it's not got the shine on it for the paint. So if you look at the camper right now, that would probably be a matte. It could just be because it's not clean, but if so, matte's the easiest way to explain it is it'll be like a piece of paper. It doesn't have like wax or anything on it.
Okay. And pearlescent does have the wax?
Yeah, so pearlescent is that top coat is the thing that makes it sort of shine. So you need that.
Also, it's like reflective, sort of.
Yeah. You can get like different pearlescents. Some of them will be like metal based, and it will be like flakes of that metal in it. So that's where the shine comes from. That plus the top coat.
And then what is normal then? If it's not matte or pearlescent?
Normal paint that you get, with your cars and all that, it'll have the gloss on it. So the top coat is just clear. It doesn't have the pearlescent in it. So see, in this case, your base color is green, right?
Yeah.
But the pearlescent is gold. That is going to be mixed into the top coat.
Oh, is that? Oh.
Yeah. That pearlescent can like change the whole color, like to be completely different from the base color. So if I had a blue pearlescent instead, this would probably look more teal.
Yeah, I've seen some like black cars that'll look in the light, certain like reflections, it'll look like a completely different color, sort of thing.
Yeah. That's the pearlescent.
Okay, that's what that is. I had no idea there was like a name for that.
Yeah. You can get like really cool ones that will reflect like several different colors. You can also get heat activated ones. You don't really use that in cars though. That's like a specialty thing.
Good.
If you've ever like had one of those mood rings, that's sort of the same element.
Yeah, I would think heat activated probably wouldn't work well for cars because cars get very hot very often.
I could probably tell you if your car's probably fucking too hot to fucking sit in once you finish your grocery shopping.
They have those reflector things that help with that a lot, but
it also doesn't have the color of the car. If you go a black car, that's just absorbing all the heat.
I didn't know this, but apparently the color that absorbs the most heat isn't black. It's actually dark green. Lance learned it pretty fast.
Yeah, okay.
So I see that color of the plant. All right.
Okay.
Ooh. So this would be absorbing light like crazy. This car right here.
Yeah, probably.
No time. Ooh.
Gotcha. Where do you want to lift to?
Hmm. Maybe just back to the city. That might be best.
Yeah?
Yeah. And that way I have access to my car. Alright.
How would you want access to your car? Check door.
Oh, can
That is gonna piss me off. Hi.
the hinges. Wait, let me go. Alright. Alright, there you go, there you go.
Okay. 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 There we go.
Hmm. I thought you'd said something about that you're working on getting like a decal for your car that you were working on yourself.
I've been slacking. I need to get artwork done for it. And then, considered something today. Because all that effort I had to go for it to get the Little Australia fixed. I'm like, well, Little Australia sets out a lot more than a food truck does, so maybe it'll be more worthwhile getting Little Australia with the decal because she can't be painted.
Wait, the
Only way you can get the RVs painted quotation marks is to get the decal.
there'd be no way to like blow up what you do for the food cart to the RV.
What would I do for that? I'm not gonna have random food that isn't on that day on it.
I really? I thought you were just gonna do like a cool logo thing or something like that. I didn't realize you're gonna have like all the food for it too.
I wanna get Aussie animals on it.
Well, then that's not like really food. Would it matter too much if it's? Well, I guess technically they're food if you if you think of it like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But it's more to fit in with the Aussie theme, even though with all the damn it, stupid Lego.
That was very
With all the special menus I've been doing lately, I haven't been doing the actual menu, so
Have you been happy with the food truck stuff?
I mean, it depends on the day. Like, it was good doing that, the food fair. Wait, not the food fair, the grape seed fair. Because, you actually got to serve heaps of people and be under pressure for once instead of just, maybe one person an hour coming.
Do you like being under pressure?
It's fun when you don't have to just sit around fucking waiting for the next person.
I get that. Like, I don't know why it is, but it seems to be this case in everywhere, forever, in every job you ever do, that there's like either nothing at all, like no customers at all, or they'll come like all at once. I don't know why.
It generally ebbs and flows with what they're doing. Like, if think of back when you like maybe worked at Uppernum or whatever. Like, if people wanted to go somewhere, it was everyone that wanted to go there, not just one person.
Mm-hmm. But this is the case for like lawyer stuff too. Is the thing. Like I won't get a call for like 3 4 hours, and then all of a sudden I'll get 5 calls within the next like 30 minutes, sort of thing. It's like what happened during the past 4 hours?
Cops probably just got out of processing someone from a big fucking ordeal and then got back on the streets.
Hmm.
Like, you have
That's
a cop
possible.
chase, and it's like fucking how many units on one single cop chase? They either like catch the person or they lose them, and then suddenly all those cops are back on the street.
Hmm.
No cop, no cop. Huh.
That's possible.
God damn it.
Hmm. But like, what was happening for those past 4 or 5 hours though?
Probably a similar thing. Maybe it was an event, or maybe people were just, busy with other stuff, and then suddenly, they get restless and all, roughly act up at the same time. Maybe it's something like Alzheimer's, where it acts up at a certain time of the day.
I think it's something like there's. I don't know. I'm pretty. The fact that this happens so consistently, it feels like there's some sort of like weird collective human unconscious thing. Because it won't even sometimes be just like with the cops. It would be like phone calls with people asking questions about things or wanting to have someone hear about their case, that sort of stuff like that. This was a case like this at PDM as well, which I thought was funny, where you wouldn't have any customers for like an hour, and then all of a sudden you would have 3 different groups of people walking back to back.
Could also be like if they overhear something.
Usually it's people that are unrelated to each other.
I don't know, I've overheard something over the up in that one and thought, oh, that's an idea. Oh, maybe I should check out and see if there's any new vehicles too.
Hmm. Well, if you've been happy with it, that's good.
I don't know, maybe it's time for another break from it.
You've been feeling. That doesn't sound too happy with it.
Yes and no. It's like in the past 2 weeks, I think I've had like several people say, well, if you do play and for food stuff, I wouldn't mind some help. Which it's hard to do sometimes when I'm busy with the food truck because I just get distracted and can't focus on plating.
Hmm.
Like, Ivy needs some help with it, and then the person that does like scoops and swirls came up the other day and said, "Hey, did you do the packaging yourself?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Well, yeah, I'm interested in finding people that can do it." Because she also has a few other businesses that she does stuff for.
Well, if you're happy doing that, like, what exactly did you want to do the food stuff for?
Huh?
Well, why were you wanting to do the food cart?
Because I like my food truck. Well, yeah, the spice of life. You gotta have a change once in a while. It's not to say I wouldn't stop doing it forever. It's just with my sleep patterns lately, maybe it would be better to take a break and focus a little bit on that. It's supposed to be, Bob's supposed to be getting on to me at some point for some design work for FIB too. It was meant to be Jojo getting on to me, but I think she's been slacking.
That's right, she works as a clerk for the FIB.
Pardon?
That's right, she works as a clerk for the FIB.
Yeah. What rank is she now?
I think she may have gotten promoted, yeah. Well, I mean, if you...
God, she doesn't have a alias set up for the Jojo? Oh, she's an analyst now. I don't know if I was meant to tell you, but I don't know if you've got access to see
Oh,
that
I can check.
stuff.
Let me check. My expires 23rd. Oh. Wait, that's right. And, no, I can see that.
Okay, so I didn't just do corruption. Okay.
It would have been fine either way. This be knowing.
Probably want Red Garage, don't you?
Or just to drop me off at? I think I have my car parked here, actually.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Because I didn't like parking around garage, it was annoying.
Red Garage is cursed. I don't know why anyone would park at Red Garage. You can probably check with him if it's parked there.
Let me check. Let me tell me on my phone.
What do I still have parked here?
I've got a bunch of vehicles randomly impounded for no reason.
Oh, my Fagio's up here. I'm gonna use that, but Grapeseed, it can stay here.
Well, other than a bunch of my vehicles randomly impounded for no reason,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to yell, mister. I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I have a bunch of my vehicles randomly impounded for no reason.
That's because you probably didn't tell them that you're gonna pay the monthly fee, so it's just being impounded instead.
Oh, whoops. Can we go to the DMV, actually? Have I left it there this entire time?
You said DMV, are you sure you don't want the impound?
It says it's at the DMV.
What? Okay.
How long has it been there? It's been a while.
Huh.
Well, it must have been
Might
there.
have to shake your phone and see if it pops up. Any cup sliding? Any cup sliding? Oh, it's green anyways.
It's green anyways, yeah.
too busy looking for cops.
Oh no, I've
Fucking sneaking out on me.
never been the biggest one to what's called follow necessary traffic rules, and I've never gotten a ticket somehow. Well, here at least. Somehow I managed to get at least like 10 tickets. Is that it?
So what you might have to do is use the app on your phone and hit appear,
Yeah.
and then it will probably show you which parking spot it's in.
Alright, let me see. Okay. Do I have to pay a fee here if it's parked here though? Is that fine? Alright.
It's not usually parked here, but yeah, if it's doing that, it's sort of just done a weird thing. Just hit appear and it should bring it close enough to it.
No, I'm not seeing it.
Which one is it?
The Trailwater. The BNCU.
Let's mark this outer street for default. Let me move this that way. Possible it's just parked in that spot by avocado.
Yeah, I think that might be the case because I'm pretty sure I parked it there last time.
If you like stand right by this and hit up here, what does it say?
Here?
Yeah.
Phone wasn't saying anything actually, that's weird. Yeah, it's not saying anything. Oh. Yeah, I forgot again. Oh, well. Forgot I didn't end the recording. Whoops. Alright, let me end the recording now.